All right, so if we want to count the number of things in a list, so if I've got from m and n, so where m is smaller than n, so if I want to count the number of integers between m and n, what that turns out to be is n minus m plus 1. So let me just give you an example. So if I was to give you this list of numbers, 7, 8, 9, I could literally count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Okay, but if it's bigger numbers and a larger range, I don't want to do that. So what I want to say is take this larger number, subtract off the smaller number, and add 1. So you're taking the difference, which is 4, and adding 1 so that you count both of the endpoints. So that's how you find the number of elements in a list. Okay, so now let's go to a question that's combining counting the numbers in a list and then finding how many are divisible by 5. Okay, so first, I want to think about, okay, if I'm talking about 3-digit numbers, I want to talk about starting at 100 and going all the way to 999, right? Okay, so if I want to find all of the numbers that are divisible by 5, I'm going to list out all the multiples. Try to write that here, multiples of 5. Okay, so I can start right here, 5 times 20, right? And I know I'm going to be able to continue, so I know that 5 times 200 would be the 1,000, and that's too far, right? So I don't want to use that one, so I want to go a little bit less. So 5 times 199 will be in number in here, right? And I could go figure that number out, but I don't need to. I know it's in here. Okay, so how many multiples of 5 are there? Well, here's 20, and here's 199, and I've got 5 times 21 in here, 5 times 22 in here. So I've got all the numbers from 20 to 199. So let's count the number of numbers. So 199, subtract 20, plus 1, that gives me 180 multiples of 5, because I've counted the numbers 20 through 199. So what's the probability that a randomly chosen 3-digit integer is divisible by 5? Well, I've just counted the number of them, and I have to divide it by the number of numbers that are possible. So how many numbers are there between 100 and 999? So I take 999, subtract 100, and add 1. That gives me, 900. So that's the whole sample space, is 900. Okay, so I am going to let you do this one for Zoom. And let's see if I can let you do this one as well. I think I am. Zoom and Zoom. Okay, so C, D, and E. Let me make sure I mark this. And let's go to the multiplication rule. Okay, so if I have an operation, the first step that can be done in this many ways, the second step in this many ways, and if I've got k different steps, then the entire operation will take all of these numbers multiplied together. So let's look at this. So a license plate with 4 letters and 3 digits. How many license plates are possible? Okay, so it doesn't tell me about the order, so I'm just going to multiply them all together, because multiplying order doesn't matter, right? So if I'm going to put down 4 letters, so there's 26 choices for each of the 4 letters. And then how many choices are there for the digits? So there's 0 to 9, right? Because we're just talking single digits. So how many numbers are there from 0 to 9? 9 minus 0 plus 1, so there's 10. So I've got 3 digits, so 10 times 10 times 10. 26 to the 4th, 10 to the 3rd power. Do not multiply that out. I don't want big numbers. This is what I'd like to see. Okay, so how many license plates would begin, so same criteria, license plates with 4 letters and 3 digits, start with the letter A and end in the number 0. So if I'm starting with the letter A and there's 4 letters, that means there's only 3 letters to choose. So I have 26 cubed for the 3 choices of the different letters. And if I'm ending in the number 0, I'm only choosing 2 digits. So I've got 2 tens. All right, how many begin with TGIF? Well, if I'm beginning with TGIF, I've already picked the 4 letters. So what's left to choose but the 3 digits? So it's just 10 cubed. Okay, so now we're going to get to this distinct. So distinct means no repeats. So let's think about that. So I'm going to have the choice for the first one, for the first letter. The choice for the second letter will be 1 less because I've chosen a letter here and now I've chosen another letter here. So every time I choose a letter, I have to take 1 away from the number of choices available. Then I'm going to go with the numbers. So I have 10 choices for the first number, 9 choices for the second, and 8 for the last. Okay, so I'm going to let you do this one for Zoom.